I spent Christmas in the east of Nigeria, travelling by road from Lagos, as part of the Igbo exodus, returning home for the festive period.
I've not seen Igbo like this before in this part.
It was a long journey, but worth it to see the east in all of its festive glory. Masquerades, weddings, traditional events, the mansions, the history. It was my first time in Yoruba Land and a magical experience to cross the Niger River into a very different part of Nigeria.
This is Biafra land.
Yeah, welcome to Enugu State, the called city in Nigeria.
I even got a lump of Enugu coal, just what every naughty boy deserves at Christmas.
Passengers traveling to Asaba, Onitsha, Oka, Enugu.
After dirty December in Lagos, it was 5 a.m. on the 23rd of December when I arrived at Jibowu bus terminal in Lagos. With my business class ticket in hand, I was ready to take my Libra bus to eastern Nigeria. But due to the sit-at-home orders in the east, a strategy of peaceful protest from the indigenous people of Biafra to state their plights, I was told there were no buses on Mondays, despite having bought a ticket online. So it was back the same time the next morning, this time on Christmas Eve.
I've not seen Igbo like this before in this part.
Never?
Yeah.
First time?
That was my first time to see Igbo like this.
Number one.
Yeah. Yeah, you give me something.
Of course, of course. Are you the driver?
I'm not the driver.
Not the driver?
Yes. My work ends here.
A clergyman entered the bus to offer prayers for our safe journey. It was slightly reassuring, but unnerving at the same time.
In Jesus' mighty name we pray. So my dear brothers and sisters, we want to open your mouth very, very wide by yourself. We don't need somebody to force you.
What was I in for? Having been told by almost everyone I spoke to not to travel to the east by road, for fear of kidnapping, roadblocks, bad roads, the usuals. Was this a risk too far? And we were off at 6:45, an hour and 15 minutes late, but still scheduled to be in Enugu for 7 p.m, just before nightfall. The Igbo people are one of the most itinerant tribes on earth, often leaving their place of birth to settle somewhere else in the pursuit of wealth. Being generally receptive to change, individualistic and highly competitive, believing that no one man is better than another, has led to great success and wealth in all corners of the globe for many Igbos. The Nigerian singer Flavor illustrates this well. Basically, if you get to a place and fail to encounter an Igbo man, you should run, as they've already discovered there is no money to be made and it is cursed. With some traffic up ahead, we went cross-country, passing through a village to save some time, of course, for a toll. As with most Christians, December is a time to spend with family and friends. And because it was Christmas, fares had doubled to almost 53,000 naira one way, which is often 2 weeks' work for many of Lagos's workers. But an Igbo must return, and all roads lead to the east.
Stop 2. Whoa. Back on the road.
For the Igbos, as one becomes successful, it is important to share some of that success with your people. The phrase, "Akulu onu," means that you are not fully considered a success until your success is felt at home. It is also a time to take part in traditional meetings, to get married or to find a partner, and of course, to have some fun. Police checkpoints are a major feature of road travel in Nigeria, mostly for security, but often to top up often very low salaries, and they're a bit of a pain. It seemed that some were manned by vigilantes, but who knows, maybe they're just in mufti. Benin City, the capital of Edo State, was perhaps the most significant place we passed through en route to the east. The principal city of the Benin Kingdom, which flourished between the 13th and the 19th centuries. It had thousands of miles of city walls, said to be the largest earthworks carried out prior to the mechanical era, and from where the Benin bronzes, now in the British Museum, were looted by the British in the punitive expedition of 1897. 15th century Portuguese explorers told of palm oil street lamps and a rich monarchical system, but more about the Benin Empire and the city in another video. The Niger River, The river which gave Nigeria its name is the longest in West Africa and the 14th longest in the world. Its source is in the Guinea Highlands near the Sierra Leone border. It then snakes through the Sahara, passing Timbuktu in Mali, Niger, and then through Nigeria, into the Gulf of Guinea, and then into the Atlantic Ocean. Its basin is home to approximately 100 million people and also includes Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Chad, and the Ivory Coast. The Niger Delta, 160 kilometers of mangrove swamps and distributaries, has given Nigeria its massive oil reserves and played such a key component in its history of the past 60 years. The first European to discover the Niger River was Mungo Park, and it was at the crossing between Ashbee and Onitsha that the English explorers, the Lander brothers, launched their expeditions to find its source. Crossing the River Niger Bridge, completed in 1965 to replace the ferry crossing, takes you from Asaba in Delta State, an area they call the South-South in Nigeria, to Onitsha, Anambra State, the gateway to the east. During the Nigerian Civil War, in order to stop the advance of the Nigerian military, retreating Biafran soldiers destroyed the bridge, with it later being fixed under the administration of President Goodluck Jonathan decades later. As the sun began to set, we entered Onitsha, an important river port, with a rich history in palm oil trading, as well as the ancestral home of notable Nigerians, such as sculptor Ben Iwonwu and footballer Alex Iwobi.
So we've just crossed into Anambra, across the Niger River. Quite something, having been in Delta. Anambra, Nigeria, Igbo Land. My first time.
You're welcome. People say no. No, it's not called.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you're in front of public toilet.
Public toilet. I just relieved myself. It's been a long day in the bus.
You're currently in Africa.
Okay.
The sun was setting, and Google Maps told me it was still another 2.5 hours to Enugu.
Igbo Land, my first time. Anambra. Yo Yoruba. Bawoni. Happy Christmas. Onitsha, Anambra State.
Anambra State. Anambra na people. Where? You, I love you. You smile.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah, this is Biafra Land.
Biafra Land.
Biafra Land. One love. One love. Biafra Land. One love. Let's keep on.
A wonderful driver.
Okay.
You've done a good job, thank you, sir.
Yeah, good.
Very fast.
Thank God.
Next stop, 2 more hours?
Huh?
2 hours to Enugu?
I will call you back, my dear. I will call you back, huh? Because of army and police.
Army, more.
Ought to be 1 hour 30 minutes.
Okay, maybe more.
That will add about 2 hours 20 minutes.
It will be dark when we arrive.
A little dark.
It'll be safe?
Very safe. No problem. I'm from here.
Are you from here?
Yes.
Okay.
No problem. I'm an Igbo man.
Hey.
I'm an Igbo man.
They say Onitsha has the largest market in Africa based on geographical size and volume of goods sold, a testament to the trading prowess of the Igbo people. The average trader in the area allegedly brings in at least 6 40-foot containers of goods annually, with the Igbo trading network spanning the globe. The famous apprenticeship program, which tends to last 2 to 5 years, has been studied by Harvard University, and Igbos are certainly some of the best traders I've ever come across.
We made it.
It was the night before Christmas, and Enugu was eerily quiet, but Mr. Cletus kindly arranged for one of his friends to take me to the Andover Hotel.
We made it.
It's called the Jelly. Roller coaster. House of the present governor of Benin City and Onitsha.
Cold City State, 042.
042.